I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me.
But it seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great NFC matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. H.E. Gator.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. Lock's going to sneak it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Pollard going to try the right side. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down at 8.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing now is Locke. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
On 1st down, Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Smooth.
Throwing again. Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, Charlie.
Ryan. This is Johnson. He's got it. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though. And it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that 3rd down, keeping the play, not the play, the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered. He threw a little dump off to his back, and nice effort picking up the first down, though. And you're right. That opening drive, keep those chains moving.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again. Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 19.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Check. Walk with the check. 21. Hatchet. Hey, orbit.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Calvin Ridley there to make the grab. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be taken short. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Looking deep for Gabriel. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It's certainly.
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the back.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Matt Ryan, his second touchdown pass of this opening quarter. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On second down, Pollard. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They'll run on first down. Pollard. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 38, Locke flushed out right. Complete. It's Johnson. Touchdown, Cowboys. Deontay Johnson, 38 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They'll get 34 yards there.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. From the 30 on second down, Ryan. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down. On first down, Pollard. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the 30 on second down, Locke. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And a big play there on second down, but we do have a flag on the field. This is in the area where it might be coming back. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Go, go.
On second down, here's Locke. Eluding the pressure right. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
To throw on third down, Locke. Finding Gabriel complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll run on first down. Pollard. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Locke forced out to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. From the gun on third down, Locke. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Second and goal from the one. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Royce Freeman, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are back within a single score. Lutz with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
That's it, baby. We gon' work.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Ryan now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it first and 10.
Hey, high 7.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Incomplete. It's now second and 10.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A pass there complete to Sutton. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Ryan. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant. 61, matchbox, lights, spin.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
15 line, 15 line.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. From the gun, it's locked. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Pollard. And he is going to lose yardage here. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
60 or.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lock, flush to his right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Good coverage that time by Malcolm Butler.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
On 3rd and long, it's Lock. Past the 20. Throw left side complete. That's Lamb. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Lock working out of the gun. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Lutz good on the extra point. And we are tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21-all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 34. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Now Ryan on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15. A big play there for Minnesota. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He's looking for Ridley again, and it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Cortland Sutton there to make the grab, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
64, weak.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, Wahoo! On the ball. Let's get off the field. Snap.
Shotgun snap to Locke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. after the interception. Here's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
To throw again on second down, Ryan. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Hey, South. Exit.
To throw again, Ryan. And find Everett there, complete. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Johnson's got it complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Bravo.
52. Watch 52. 52 is the mic.
Space. Check.
52. Come to my world.
We ready to go.
Again, Ryan. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Gerald Everett is tied in, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hurry.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. On first down, Evans. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Evans. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. 66 yards as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things up.
And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Matt Ryan now with 5 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
On the double.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5, first and 15.
Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Block now to throw. Escaping the and a big loss here as he's taken down. D. Ford. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Here's Locke. Flushed out right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. D. Ford picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check 59. 59. Mike to 59.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, they run with Michelle. Leaps past him. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up third down and 2.
And on third down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back.
Watch the slant.
Check.
Shoot. Watch the shoot.
Throwing now is Ryan. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete.
Let's go, baby.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
59, ready. 25.
52, come on.
Come on, G. 51. 25.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 50-yard line.
Ready, blue 80. Blue 80.
Here I come. Double tight.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
Loss of a yard. It's now third and 13.
And a disappointing way to close out the season. He got into the playoffs but couldn't really make any noise.
Still a good season. Some might call it a great season when they get away from it a little bit, but they also will all look at their own errors, their own mistakes, and wonder how they could have played a little bit better. So if they get in this position again, they'll be ready to win.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for...
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. You need that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish now. The story flip if I let you tell it.
You have an injury from the last game. See how long they'll be out.
I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, fuck the opposition, ain't all that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.